Okay. Ms. Sanders? Okay. Ms. Sanders?
Yes, April.
We're ready?
Yeah, give me about 30 seconds and we'll be ready.
Okay. We're live. Oh. Okay. Where is he?
Also, I just want to make an announcement for all of you who have clients that you're representing. If you also allow them to let them know that they can't speak over one another because it won't be able to be reflected on the record. I know the attorneys are really good with waiting for each one to finish, but when it comes to the defendants, we've had a lot of outbursts and sometimes no one can hear what's going on because of those. So Judge Schwall will be with us shortly. Thank you.
All of the attorneys aren't good at letting people finish. I just wanted to put that on the record.
Duly noted.
Thank you.
And for those that don't know, we are live on YouTube. So if you have any family members of people that you're representing, they can, the link that I provided you in the email and on Zoom, you can send them that link. Judge, if you're ready, we're going to begin with Gregory Hillman. That is position 5. And I don't see him. Let's see. Oh, he's connecting.
Miss Woods, Smith State Prison, Gregory Hillman is connected.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I apologize. We had some serious technical difficulties. Ms. Woods, if you call the first case, please.
State of Georgia versus Gregory Hillman. That's position 5. Judge, this is a post-conviction scheduling conference calendar. We just kind of need to know where we are so we can get some future dates. And Mr. Fryer represents Mr. Hillman. And I can't remember who's here on behalf of the state.
It's me, Burke Doherty.
Hi, Mr. Pryor.
Yes, Judge.
Tell me what we need to do.
At this point, I have the majority of what I need. I have a copy of the transcript, a hard copy. I would love to get a PDF version that is searchable as well. I have been advised by trial counsel that there were pretrial motion hearings, and I do not see any of the pretrial motion transcripts in the file. I will see if I can obtain that through the Public Defender's Council.
Who
If
was the
not-
trial lawyer?
Mr. Shard.
Mr. Short, good morning.
Morning, Your Honor.
I'm hearing good things from Judge Whitaker about you.
I'm leaving. I'm kind of leaving her soon.
Tell me what we can do to help Mr. Pryor.
Well, I was speaking to Mr. Fryer through the chat. I think that my recollection, and Mr. Hillman probably remembers as well. My recollection is there was some hearings. Me and Mr. Hillman weren't always the best of friends like we are now. And so there were some hearings about a week before the trial where I think Ferretta waivers may or may not have been part of it. And then this was a 10 or so alleged victim sex case. So I can't remember what the hearings were about similars, and then they were all put on the same indictment. So I'm sure there was some discussion about that, but I know that there was self-representation issues that happened about a week before trial. So
Who was the court reporter?
I believe it was Linda,
Okay.
unless she was taking a week off or something, but it would have been her at that time.
So can we get the transcript to Mr. Pryor with some kind of disc?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have the transcript.
Mr. Pryor, you have the written transcript?
I have a printed transcript, Your Honor.
When can we be ready to hear this case?
To hear it, we'll have to negotiate that. I believe that considering that it's a 17 count indictment, 9 victims, and dates back to incidents as far as 2005, that I'm going to have to reconstruct everything. I asked the court for 120 days before I have to file the amended motion for new trial.
All right, let's give him 6 months, Ms. Woods. Let's give him 180 days. And then the state will need, 60 days to reply, or 30 days?
Your Honor, I'm sorry, there's some feedback. The state would ask for at least 90 days in this case, given my current caseload.
All right, let's do 6 months to get the amended motion for a new trial. And we'll give the state 120 days. I'll give you 4 months to respond. So let's get a court date, Ms. Woods, about a year from now, about 11 months from now.
Okay, that you all will receive that order today after court. I'll give you
Thank
those
you.
dates.
Okay, is that it for the two of y'all?
Yes,
Thank
Your
you,
Honor.
Judge.
All right, y'all have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you.
That concludes my business with the court. May I be
Yes.
excused?
Y'all may be excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you so much, Judge.
Ms. Woods?
Judge, the next case is the State of Georgia versus Raymond Flagg, 16 SC 148629. That is with Smith State Prison as well. If they're ready, or if they need a moment, we can, Missy.
He is coming in right now, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, dear.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Mr. Haddad is here for defense and 88 plot.
Good morning.
Good morning, Judge.
Tell me what's going on, Mr. Haddad.
Sure, Judge. I just request 60 days to file my amended motion for new trial. So I have the
60 days
transcripts.
enough? Is 60 days
Yes.
enough?
That
All right,
will
let's
be.
give him 60 days. Mr. Plott, how long do you need to respond?
They would request 45 days, Your Honor.
I give them both 60 days each, and we'll get you a trial date, okay?
All right, thank you, Judge. And Mr.
All right, y'all
Flagg,
have
I'll
a
be in
good
touch
day.
with you, sir.
Y'all are excused, okay?
All right,
Thank
thank
you,
you,
Judge.
Judge.
Okay, Mr. Flagg, did you hear that?
Yes, ma'am, they're gonna take 60 days.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure 60 days for the defense, 60 days for the state, and then after that, we'll schedule it accordingly. So you all will get an order after court today. I just want to make sure Mr. Flagg heard that.
All right, thank you. And Mr.
Yes.
Flagg, I'll be in touch with you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. The next case, Judge, involves most of this case, which would be DeAndre Washington, Maurice Connor, Gary Bradford. Ms. Eaglin is here for that. Mr. Shepard represents Mr. Washington. Mr. Winchester represents Mr. Connor, and Mr. Wolf represents Mr. Bradford and Mr. Ghanayem.
Good morning. Mr.
I'm
Wolf,
not-
what do you have to say?
Good day, Judge. How are you, sir?
Good to see you, sir.
Judge, we're waiting on DeAndre to come in from Smith State Prison. They're bringing him in just a moment. But you all can,
Tell me what's going on, David.
Who is assigned to the case for the state now? It's been through a bunch of folks.
Hazeline.
I'm sorry.
Oh, there she is.
Is it Ms. Anglin?
Eaglin.
Eaglin, okay.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. My predecessor had this case, Josh Morrison. We've been trying to sort through things. There were a few things that needed to be done in this case that were done. Luckily, the record's finally been transferred to the Court of Appeals. Unfortunately, we got notice that there was a lot of evidence that was missing. Brian Salters, who is an investigator in our office, has been working very hard with court admin to get their hands on this evidence. And I received an email from him earlier this morning. I believe he's on the call somewhere.
He called me.
Okay.
He
So
called
it-
me and said that we had some difficulties here.
Yes, we did. There was a lot of evidence missing. Apparently, they think they've finally located it. He's right now waiting to hear back from Miss Jeannie Ashley with Court Admin to verify that she indeed has found all of the.
What is in the Court of Appeals?
Mr. Bradford, so it's a state's appeal. The court granted the motion for new trial in this case. So the state is appealing it. And
Ms. Eaglin, may I say something to you?
yes.
The motion for new trial was scheduled several times. The court directed the state, Josh, I guess his name was, whatever his name was, to do a written response. We continued it from June to August, from August to October, and from October to November for the final hearing. And everybody showed up in November, and Josh called me in the jury room and said, look, we think you're right. And my supervisor and I agree that you're right on your motion for new trial. However, we can't say it on the record. So we went in and talked with the judge, and they confirmed it to the judge. And the judge says, well, what should we do, to both of us? And Josh and I agreed that if that's the case, then I'll just draw an order granting it on the Jackson issue, and then we'll have the new trial on the remaining counts. And then out of the blue, 28 days later, a notice of appeal was filed. What I'd like to do is get with you and maybe Ms. Willis and sit down and talk about it if we could.
Yeah, the state is open to doing that.
I think we should do that, but tell me about these other defendants. We have Musa, you're with David, right?
Yes. Kenneth Shepard,
Shepard.
on behalf of Mr. Washington. I was appointed by the state of Georgia only to monitor the case. I have not been appointed to do the substantive appeal. My understanding from what the GPDC told me when they appointed me.
Wait a minute, Miss Sanders can't hear you. Can you speak up, Kenneth?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me now?
You've never had a problem before.
Yes. So I was appointed to monitor it and wait for the Court of Appeals to rule on the issue with David's client. And if that issue is in favor of the defense, then that issue also applies to Mr. Washington. That's what I was told. If this Court of Appeals reverses David's ruling, then there are other issues that have to be litigated. And at that point, the GPDC would appoint a new attorney, possibly me, possibly not me, to litigate the other issues that remain.
But should we let counsel talk, and then if we have to, let's wait on the Court of Appeals ruling and take it from there?
Well, I think, excuse me, Ken, I think that if we speak with the state, that that we should be able to resolve the matter for all of the outstanding defendants. As Kenneth said, the issue that we did the order on would affect all of the defendants.
On one count or what?
Well, say
on how does it affect the defendants and the resolution?
because the evidence that was excluded should have been included if my argument is correct. And as a result, all of them were affected by the failure, by the motion in limine that was granted by the court during trial that was raised by the state. And when we wrote the order for the court with the DA's agreement, we only wrote it on one issue. There were about 12 or 15 issues in the motion for new trial, but you said in the order, I wrote it, you said that since we're only deciding it on this, we don't reach the other issues. So regardless of what the Court of Appeals says, if
there are more issues.
There's still motion for new trial. Yes, issues.
Right.
Sorry.
Yes,
Ken, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Should we set a status? Should we set a status for maybe 6 months from now?
Oh, no, not 6 months. I mean, if we can get with the state
All right, let's come
whatever
back on
Ms.
this
Evelyn
case.
thinks, but I will, you know, the
Let's
court
come back
was,
on this case. Let's come back on this case in 30 days.
does that work for you, Ms. Evelyn?
Yes, 30 days. Let me.
In
Let's
30
come back,
days,
everybody involved,
and-
30 days.
Mr. Shepherd, let's see, we'll make sure I have everybody in Winchester. No, I have everybody.
What date are we
So-
thinking? While we all got all of us on the phone and our conflict letters right here.
Your Honor, if the state may be heard. I
Sure.
believe 30 days from now is April 15th. I actually have a hearing that day, so if we could.
Let's go
just-
sometime May 1st, something like that.
Okay.
May 1st is a Saturday.
All right, May 3rd. Let's do May 3rd at 11 a.m.
Okay.
Everybody good with that?
Right now, that's
Um,
Your Honor, but that is a
so-
Monday and Mondays get busy.
All right, we don't need long, so let's see if we can make that work, okay? Y'all are all excused. Good to see
Judge,
everybody. Y'all miss
Judge,
me
I
yet?
need- Judge, yoo-hoo.
Yeah.
I need to know if this is going to be, is this matter going to be via Zoom?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes, preferably.
Yes,
Okay.
that's fine.
And also, Ms. Eglin, who do we need to contact to get Mr. Connor here? Mr. Connor is serving either a life without parole or a life sentence in Alabama.
Would we be able to have him here via Zoom?
Yes, but I think your office will have to get him here.
Okay, so I will confer with
With Ms.
Mr. Brian Salters about how we're gonna go about doing.
Is Nicole Vaughn still working in your office?
I cannot answer that. I'm not.
Okay,
Oh, Mr.
David is
Smith
saying
said
yes.
yes. Okay.
So David, is she the contact person for this as well? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So we need to have him here because he has not been here.
All right, 11 a.m.
Ms.
on May
Eglin,
3rd.
I just sent you the contact information.
For who? Say that again, Musa?
I
I
think it was
sent
Dave.
Ms. Eglin the contact information.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right, y'all take care. Good to see everybody.
Is there anything else, Mr. Shard? I can't hear you.
You got on?
Is there anything else?
I'm just being nosy.
Oh, okay.
I'm here for a while. I'm having fun watching y'all.
Y'all don't even miss me. Right? All I'm doing.
Hey, Daddy Wolf, I know we're live on YouTube, but hey, Daddy Wolf.
Hey, April, I miss you. I missed you when you were in domestic relations.
I want out of it.
All right, thank you
No
all very
comment.
much.
All
Thank
right,
you.
y'all take
Bye-bye.
care. Good to
Take
see
care.
everybody.
Bye-bye, Judge.
Thank
Bye-bye,
you.
Judge. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank
All
you.
right, you too.
Bye-bye.
Judge, our next case, let's see, who do we have left? Valdosta State Prison. Is this Mr. Odwin or Mr. Tolan?
Mr. Tolan? Mr.
Okay.
Tolan?
Mr. Tolan?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm not sure who your attorney is.
Ms. Woods, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Ms.
Is that
Woods.
you?
Ms. Woods?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, I'm here on behalf of the state. I don't know if he has an attorney. According to my records, I don't see one listed. I know that a Roderick Bridges represented him during the trial, but I don't have an appellate attorney.
Mr. Shard?
I'll call Steve Phillips right now.
You're calling him now. Okay.
I will.
We're gonna have him, everybody to hold on with that. I need an answer on that one, okay?
Okay.
Hold tight, Mr. Tolan. We'll be back. Wanique Odwin. Mr. Secret, is Ms. Luttrell here?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
Stephanie Luttrell?
Good morning, Ms. Woods. This is Lizzie Rosenwasser. I've taken over Ms. Luttrell's caseload.
Okay. Okay.
And Mr. Secret, you're representing Mr. Odwin?
Yes, Your Honor.
And tell me what the status of things is, please, sir.
I believe that we have filed our brief on the motion for new trial. We also, I think there's some issues with respect to competency that are raised in the brief. Ms. Luttrell had requested an independent psychiatric examination, which has not been done. At the same time, she also requested the case file from trial counsel, which trial counsel has not turned over, and which I object to. I quite frankly, in the 40 years that I've been practicing law, I have never been asked for a case file. I will let the court know that the case file in this case from the trial lawyer I have and I am in possession of. If the court, they did file a motion for that. I have not responded. I would, if the court needs to consider that issue, I would like some time to file a brief in response to this request for the.
Why does she want the case file?
I'll let her respond to that.
Your Honor, I'm fairly new to the office. I would like to touch base with Ms. Luttrell about that case file to see why she does want it.
She wants the defense trial lawyer's case file.
That is correct.
That's highly unusual, isn't it?
I've never heard of that, Judge.
All right. Well, we've got a lot of work to do, it sounds like. Are you done with have you filed your amended motion for new trial?
I have filed my amended motion for new trial, yes. We were waiting for them to do their independent psychiatric examination.
All right, how are we going to get that done? Y'all want to have Dr. Matthew Norman do that?
Your Honor, I'd like to speak further with my office about how to get those independent psych evaluations done. Again, like I started within the last couple of weeks, and I was, of course, preparing for the motion for trial this afternoon.
Let's see if we can get the psych evaluation done. Let's come back in 90 days. See if that's
Judge, can we come back? Judge, can we come back on May 3rd? Because I don't want to come back 90 days. We've been waiting for a while. This is a 2011 case.
Let's come back on May 3rd. Let's get the psych evaluation. And May 3rd, I want the state, I want the defense to respond to the state's motion for the file, and we'll hear that day. Hear that?
You want to have the motion for new trial that day, or do you want to first wait?
Have the motion about the file.
Okay.
And then the state needs to respond at some point to the motion. So I'll give the state time to respond after May 3rd to Mr. Secret's motion. So let's come back on May 3rd at about 11:30, okay?
And we're going to talk about, hopefully by then, the competency would have been completed. Is that our goal?
Yes. And I think that if we need to find one, Dr. Matthew Norman has been very acceptable to the state and defense for these type of things. Okay, so let me know how I can help, okay?
Yes, Judge.
So we'll see y'all back on May 3rd at 11:30. And let's have that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right, y'all have a good day. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Sharp, you have an answer for us?
So I called Steve Phillips, who's the head of the appellate division in the public defender's office. He indicated to me that he didn't have the file in front of him. Mr. Toland, a certain number of weeks or maybe months ago, was on his radar to get him an attorney. His recollection is he wrote a letter to Mr. Toland explaining that what the issue was, but he couldn't remember what the issue was. So he said he thinks it's a conflict for our office. And I tend to agree with him because I think Mr. Toland was a conflict for me. I just can't remember what it was. But he's going to next week look into the matter and make sure that the appropriate actions are taken to get him an attorney, whether it's our office or through conflict.
All right, let's put it on for May 3rd for a status about that at 11:30. Okay. All right, what's next, Ms. Woods?
Okay, the last one, I don't think, so we're finished with Valdosta, we're finished with Johnson. I don't think Eric Snell was in custody. Judge, this is something that Judge, what's her name? LaGrua, for some reason, I guess she presided over one of your cases. and this is I think a pro se matter. Is that Lizzie? Are you on that? Who's on that case? Is that right?
Yes, Ms. Woods. I am the prosecutor assigned to that case. I have looked into this case, and yes, from what I can see, he does not have an appellate attorney. I do not think, and I could be wrong, please correct me if I am. I do not believe he is currently in custody. It looks like his sentence was a time, like a 12 months to serve and then 5 years on probation. It does not appear that an appellate attorney has entered. It does not appear that a motion for new trial, as far as I can tell, has ever been filed.
There apparently there was some type of pro se matter that was filed, and so it keeps on showing up on my list. So if it's a moot issue with the motion that's filed, I'm sure David can help you with the appropriate order to get it off of our list.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. That resolves that. Is that everything? When are we back at 2?
That's everything for this calendar. I'm looking at ADA shaking their head. Yes, I just want to make sure. That's everything for this calendar. So Judge, we will see you back at, wait a minute, I have 30 calendars in front of me. We'll see you back, Judge, at 1:45 for a 2 p.m. calendar.
All right, thank y'all. Good to see everybody. Have a good day.
Have a good one.
Thank you, Your Honor. Nice to meet you. I'll see you this afternoon. And Ms. Woods, nice to meet you as well.
You too, dear. Welcome.
Thank you.